Porbir Singh, faculty at UPSF. Today we are very grateful to have with us Ms. Meenal Maheshwari Shah, Group General Counsel and Head at Angel One. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ma'am, I have a question that how can UPSF strengthen the cyber law and DPDP readiness training for fintech training?
Yes, I think one of the most important things is that we understand that what are the rights of a data principal and what are the duties of a data fiduciary. And once that is something that is understood by UPSIF, then they can build operational procedures to make sure that these rights and the duties are actually maintained and harnessed by the actors. Another important thing for cyber law is to understand what are the different kinds of ways in which the cyber attacks are happening. Because if the the technology advancement that is happening at the attack side is also matched by the people who are trying to protect from that cyber attack, then it will be very easy to figure out why this attack happened and how do you trace back to the person who has actually caused the attack, because now the attacks get routed through multiple countries. So you don't actually know where the actual attack happened. So we need to start deploying technologies where you are able to actually trace the bad actor. And when you are able to then, trace the bad actor, then there is a deterrence that, oh my God, I can be caught. And so these are the two ways in which privacy as well as cyber law can be better enforced by UPS.
Thank you so much for explaining, ma'am. And another question is, what advice would you like to give to UPSF to that how to report on incident reporting and how to handle the evidence related to financial investigation?
Right. So I think on reporting, what happens is that number one, reporting needs to be done to certain. So there is a 6-hour window within which you need to inform certain. And then also there are many other reportings like T+1 reporting or T+30 reporting, etc. So the number one thing is to quickly figure out why this attack happened at the very prima facie level and report, and then keep digging into the reason of these incidents that have happened and keep supplying more and more information as is required by certain. That is number one. But certain is not the only authority to which you need to report. Many times, what also happens is that there are sectors. As per the sector in which the incident has happened, you need to also inform your sectoral regulator. For example, you may need to inform SEBI if you're governed by SEBI. If you need to inform Reserve Bank if one of your governing regulators is Reserve Bank of India. And they all have very specific formats. So familiarizing yourself in advance with those formats, not when the crisis happens, but well in advance, and preparing a crisis management methodology much in advance, not waiting for the crisis, would be very, very helpful because what happens is that at the moment of the crisis, then you're fully prepared as to how to deal with the crisis because you've done mock drills. You've done, you exactly know how to fill the forms. You exactly know what is the information that you need to keep ready so as to make the reporting. Because at that time, the time is too short to be able to do all of that, and many times there could be mistakes. And so if you're prepared in advance and crises are managed, are already, there's mock drills of these crises. So you will find that it becomes really, really easy because you will also identify which person will do what when a crisis happens already in advance. And therefore, it becomes really easy to then figure out how to move forward at the time when the incident has happened.
Thank you, ma'am.